Hi, air signs. Thanks for coming back to the Elephant Key. We're doing your July bonus. And I've already pre-shuffled your cards and laid them out. So I'm ready to get into this. The emotions that you may be feeling for the rest of this July. We're seeing some colorful characters here. Rebels. They're going against the grain. They're not really conforming to what society deems acceptable. And we can see, yeah, they're just basically rebels. People can be quite intimidated by them because they don't conform. And then we see Lady. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. This is really grounded energy, actually. Even though you got this rebellious streak where you're not conforming to what society deems appropriate, you feel grounded. You feel like that's where you're acquiring growth. And this is kind of leaning into the feminine nature and really taking ownership of the things that bring you joy. And that's where you find your reward. There's going to be a step up here happening for you. You're very grounded. And then will, wisdom, and mind. Oops. We're bringing these things together. You could be seeing some sort of shift in your spiritual ascension. You're finding that the body, the mind, the spirit, they're all connected. And this is really bringing you a boost up. You're really going to be seeing ascension. We've got the number 20 on here. Something that occurred in 2020 may be coming back to mind and could be sort of the catalyst for this growth that you could be experiencing the rest of July here. The basis of this reading, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, normally when we see this upright, this is like things that remind you of your childhood. This can be sibling energy. This could be true love. What we're seeing in reverse. This is kind of a family card, it reminds me of. And in reverse, you could be seeing yourself a little disenchanted by some things that you've been experiencing with siblings, with family, in regards to children. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, which this sort of predicts a separation of sorts. That's not necessarily a love, like a partnership, but you could be feeling like you need to take a break away from a family situation. At the top of the reading is the Ace of Cups. I feel like this is something you're really doing out of love and compassion and empathy for others. You know that you, air signs, it's almost like you know what you need to do to maintain the peace and sort of pouring into your own cup and kind of being empathetic and compassionate, but sort of stepping away is probably the best thing for you to do right now. And because what you can't see, what's hidden, is this Ten of Pentacles and this King of Wands in reverse. What you can't see is it's not going to matter how well you guide or advise someone. Their long-term stability, their family, their legacy, their long-term gains, their family legacy, it's almost like you've got to step back and not guide and advise somebody because it's not going to be accepted very well. It's not going to be well received. There seems to be a problem here with like inheritance of some sort, and like somebody has been led in the wrong direction. somebody has been not somebody's been misled in terms of the long-term gain. The effects of the past is the Two of Pentacles. This is, you have tried to find balance. There have been some rough waters in the background which kind of kept you unstable, kind of kept you from finding your grounding. You could have been financially trying to make a balance, managing your time, trying to keep things together. You made the decision to kind of balance for yourself, which, I mean, that the whole key to air signs is balance. Balance yourself against time, energy, and resources. And kind of just leave that rough shit in the background. Now, what we see in the near future is the Moon and the Eight of Swords. There's been some sort of illusion planted here, and it's been pretty hurtful. It's almost as though you have been misled to believe something was one specific way when it was a completely different scenario. It's kind of feeling as though you've been victimized or manipulated. There's a lot of emotions surrounding this situation. And I think for you specifically, you know what's happening here. And you're trusting your intuition. I kind of feel like you see this coming. And you're just trying to back out of it before it gets... It turns into a big situation. How you see yourself is the Five of Cups, kind of grieving over a situation where you lost connection to something that was really meaningful to you, and you're kind of having a hard time seeing what you still have left over in that. You're doing the process of grief. But just make sure that you're not neglecting what you still have in the process. How others see you. Now, this is a whole thing. Again, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Others see you as not being a supportive person. I don't think that they can see that you are backing out because you don't want there to be a situation. The Four of Wands. They see you as having a happy life. Everything on the outside appears to be joyful. You've got peace. I mean, you don't have the issues that a lot of other people may have. You may not have the stresses. Your stresses are some of their own, of your own. I mean, but what it appears to other people is that you're not struggling as much as they are. With the Four of Wands, this could also denote... we've got rabbits here. Marriage, children. The King of Wands. People see you as somebody to go to for advice, guidance. And with the Page of Wands in reverse, they can also see you as somebody that, even though you can guide and advise very well, sometimes your delivery may be a little stringent. Things can get miscommunicated. But that's not the truth. That's just how others see you. Your hopes and fears is the Ten of Wands in reverse. That something's going to become a burden. Well, actually, that something's being relieved of a burden. Sorry, it's in reverse. Your hope is that something is easier to endure. That you don't have to bear the burden of all these things that are expected of you. The things just start getting a little easier. Seems like you've had a lot on your mind and kind of felt weighed down by obligations or responsibilities. You're just kind of hoping some of those things get a little bit easier. The outcome is the Ace of Cups. Again, we saw that in your crowning position. And the Ten of Swords. I feel like somebody has seen your kindness as a weakness. somebody is taking kind of advantage of your love and your attention and your compassion. And here you are laying face down in the dirt with all them swords in your back. Someone could have literally backstabbed you. And I almost feel like this is out of jealousy. You would be amazed at some of the things that I'm just getting like an imprint here that would make people jealous. The fact that you have the freedom to come and go as you please in one area of life, or maybe there is an area of your life where others feel like you get preferential treatment. You can freely up and go. Some of you, I mean, this doesn't go for everybody. It can be jealousy at the way other people feel about you. Can I get some, no, I'm not taking all that. Can I get some clarity here, insight on this 10 of Swords, please? That's not going to work. Can I get... Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You're setting boundaries. You've drawn a line in the sand. You stood up in defense of something. You've done it out of love and compassion and empathy. You've made a stand. You've decided that enough's enough. And you're at a vantage point here above the rest where you can kind of see clearly what's coming at you. And the Page of Pentacles. There's been a message in regards to time, energy, resources, tangible things. Messages coming in, and I think maybe that is something that's kind of bothering someone else. Maybe something's moving in your favor and other people just aren't pleased about that. And you're drawing a line in the sand, and you're not even doing it out of like bitterness. But there's some real like backbiting energy here. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost though someone's getting in the way of an opportunity for you. They hear about it. This is kind of that energy where you tell somebody you're going to buy a car and they go behind your back and buy the car ahead of you, knowing that they could get the same deal you got. So then the car's gone and they got it. And they kind of screwed you out of a deal. So that is definitely something to be looking out for the remainder of this month. Somebody kind of, I'm sensing resentment, some bitterness towards you. Not entirely sure why. Maybe because you're setting boundaries. Can I get one card for overall? Guess not. Oh, please. Four of Swords. It's important to know, air sign, that sometimes doing absolutely nothing is the best recourse. Not being reactive. Not feeling like, not allowing your triggered ego in defense to be reactive to this thing. Sometimes it's okay just to take a step back and do nothing and let it play out on its own. You know, when you argue with a fool, onlookers can't tell who's who. So with that, that's going to conclude the air sign bonus for the month, and I'll be getting on with the August readings here soon. Thanks for coming. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel. Have a great remainder of the month.